tell me, what are some of the challenges that learners face when they are learning new languages? Like,
Hmm.
what are some of those challenges?
I think the first challenge is fear.
Hmm.
It's fear.
Hmm.
That is the number one challenge that I've really seen. Some already have the fear of their infancy coming up, how they were taught French. Let me use the French again because that's what we are more familiar with. And the way you see you come to class, everyone is afraid. You are shaking because if you can't answer the question right, they will kill you. So because
Okay.
of that, people still have this misconception about language learning because it was never a nice experience for them.
My name is Rebecca Dufie Bonnie, and I'll be the host for today's talk show. We're going to talk about learning a new language as an adult, the challenges you will face, and how to overcome these things, the techniques you can use, and all that. So, yes, this is how the whole conversation is going to go. I'm going to ask my friend here to introduce herself shortly. She's going to tell us what she does and then how to follow her on social media as well. So, Henrietta, you have the floor.
Okay, hi, my name is Henrietta. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity to be here, and it's a great honor. So my name is Henrietta Jikum, but I love to be called Miss Hetty, and currently a master's student in Spanish at Baylor University in Texas. And what I do languages. I love languages, so I love to talk about languages and do everything languages. And so because of that, we've come up with Be Proficient. We started as a blog site where we help language learners with how to learn the language, like how to learn grammar, how to learn this, and give them tips and secrets. That's what we are doing. And even yesterday, we had a language seminar where we treated the topic, Can I be fluent? So we had one person on board where we talked about this into details, and then we believe it was great. So we are Be Proficient on all social media handles, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be Proficient. If you follow us, you can get our content, and then it will help you in your language learning journey. Yeah.
Thank you very much. We're going to go straight into the topic of discussion today. And learning a new language, as I said, as an adult, its pros and cons is going to be the topic for today. And let's start by asking, like, why learn a language as an adult? Are there any advantages in, learning a language at all? What is like, what is about? What's this whole language thing about? Why do I have to even learn a language?
Okay, so I think that language learning is something that is very fun as compared to how we see it. Like, oh, it's very difficult, maybe because of some French, all this French. Hey, language learning is so difficult, but it's actually not. There are lots of advantages when it comes to language learning. It helps you, first of all, it even helps you to understand your language your language better. Even learning Spanish, learning French, you understand that, oh, so this is how tree is. You see how it translates even to your language. You begin to understand your language better. And apart from that, it helps you to connect to people, connect to other cultures, because language is in culture, culture is in language. So when you are learning a language, you are learning the culture of the language, you are connecting to the people in the language, and you meet them, and then they realize that you speak their language. It's very quick for them to connect to you. So that social, advantage is very, very important when it comes to language learning. I've even understood that Africa is somewhat similar to Latin America because we are very similar when it comes to interaction. And when you speak with them in their language, you realize that, oh, so this is how we are. We are very easy to bond with. Yes. So that social, yes, that social advantage is very important. And then also religious advantage. Let's say you want to listen to a song in another language, it's very easy for you to connect. People will listen to it and say, I don't understand. Can you explain? But you connect easily if you understand. And sometimes missionary activities too. You want to
Exactly.
preach the gospel. When you
Yeah.
go, you already have the language. You can talk to them in the language. It's very easy for them to connect with you if you can speak the language, other than trying to get a translator and all that. And I think apart from that, the most let's say important, maybe it's not the most important, but what everyone is looking out for is the job opportunities that come with it. What can I get from it? If you learn a language, very easy for you to get job opportunities because everyone, almost everyone has the ability to do something, let's say in a field, but if you have a language, it's a plus for you. Let's say you are doing a business deal and then you want to do business with someone, the person is from another country. If you speak their language, it's very easy for you to connect with them.
And easy to break the ground in that
Yes, yes,
society because they
yes,
can connect with you.
yes.
No wonder when foreigners come to our country, the first thing they want to learn is to learn our local language, you know,
Yeah.
and they can be able to connect with them when they are
Yeah.
there. And I like the point you made about being able to even evangelize when you
Yeah.
have a language. And it's very
Yeah.
true because sometimes when translators try to even translate to the
Mhm.
local language, maybe
Mhm.
they fail to say the way you would have said it.
Yeah.
Are able to speak the people's
Yeah.
language. You are able to
Mhm.
influence or send your message across
Yeah.
so easily without not needing any third party or any
Yeah.
other thing. And then I also like your point when you mentioned about opportunities
Mhm.
and then also connecting with people. It's very important because each and every person is not like an island. We
Yeah.
are dependent on others. So
Mhm.
if we're able to connect with others through communication, it's very good. But sometimes we the people that learn we like when we become proficient in the language, we make it seem as if we never encountered any challenges, you know. So can we talk about some of the challenges? Let's be
Mhm.
frank. Let's talk about challenges that we face. I know in the beginning you were mentioning something like French and how difficult
Yeah.
French is and how the French teachers sometimes.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are some of the challenges that learners face when they are learning new languages? Like,
Hmm.
what are some of those challenges?
I think the first challenge is fear.
Hmm.
It's fear.
Hmm.
That is the number one challenge that I've really seen. Some already have the fear of their infancy coming up, how they were taught French. Let me use the French again because that's what we are more familiar with. And the way we see you come to class, everyone is afraid. You are shaking because if you can't answer the question right, they will kill you. So because of
Uh-huh.
that, people still have this misconception about language learning because it was never a nice experience for them. And we think
Yeah.
it's very hard. So that's one of the challenges. Hey, as I'm coming to learn, can I even be able to speak? That's one of the biggest challenges I've seen when it comes to that. And
Yeah.
then apart from that, to lack of resources, I have to
Hmm.
hire a language tutor or I have to go to a school. So because
Yeah.
of that, maybe I don't have money, or I always have to be watching YouTube videos. I don't have, data to always be watching YouTube videos. That's one of the challenges that lots of language learners face. Apart from that, too, I think when it comes to um, conducive environments. Let's say I'm learning Spanish, I'm learning Korean. Around me, who am I going to practice with? If I don't have
Hmm.
anyone to practice with, then it makes it very challenging. It means that
Yes. Yeah.
I'll be cornered. I can't learn.
Yeah.
So that is one of the challenges they face.
Yeah.
And then maybe some will also say, I don't even know any native speaker. They said you have to practice with a native speaker. I don't know anyone who can speak Korean. Some too, they'll say, if I'm speaking with my friend Kara, they will say, oh, why you are too known. You want to show everyone that you can learn the language. So that's one of the biggest challenges. And apart from that, knowing that you have to study grammar again, you have to
Mm.
study pronunciation again, you have to study all these vocabs again. Oh, then this one I can't do. Then the person gets discouraged. I
The
think these are one
conjugations
of the
alone is even discouraging. Yeah, the conjugations
yeah,
and all that. It's not
yeah,
possible.
yeah.
So even as a child, we are struggling. What are some of the techniques we can adopt as
Mm,
adults learning a new language? Because sometimes you feel like, okay, I didn't get the good like a good opportunity to learn
mm.
French, so I want to now do it now. What are some of the things we can do?
Okay, so I think first of all, trying a language that is close to a language that you already speak. Someone said the French was not working, just as we were talking about. They learned French from primary, but they couldn't get it. So they decided that, okay, let me try another language. And then they ventured into Spanish and they began to love it. So they are into the Spanish now because the French, the little French that they know is even associated to the Spanish. So once they're learning the Spanish, some of the French words begin to play back, and then that helps them to learn. So sometimes with the French song, we'll just you try to try another language and see. But I think that what I call self-practice Yes, it's very important. So we talked about the challenges, about the fact that you don't have anyone to practice with. And that was my personal challenge. I'll go online, be looking for native speakers. I don't get. So what do? I will self-practice. How to self-practice that? I sit down, try to do videos of myself speaking the language, try to record myself. I'll post, I'll type on my status, whether people will comment or not, people will insult me or not, you are going to. Yes, I'll be singing. I'll make sure I learn a song. If it's a rap, gospel rap, I will learn it. Do a video of myself. I'll post it. By the time I'm done, at least I've learned some words. I've learned some vocabs. If I'm to, produce it in any other environment, I can do it because I've done it myself. Sometimes I'm preaching. I'll preach. I'll do a video, preach, and then post it. So this is what I call self-practice. Doing it by yourself if you don't have anyone around you. That's one of the ways. And then also the fun part. That is what we leave out. The fun part. We always want to, focus on grammar. I'm learning grammar. Let me conjugate you right. Let me watch YouTube.
No mistake.
Yeah, let me watch YouTube videos so that everything is like seriousness, but there are also fun ways. Like you follow
Yes.
people on Instagram, follow people on TikTok, people who let the language learning journey be fun. Some of them they have very nice content that will make you laugh whilst you are learning. Some of them is not just about laughing. It's just anyone who is in that country. Let's say I follow Grupo Barak. Grupo Barak is a Spanish band. So whilst I'm watching and I'm listening to their songs, I'm learning something. Or maybe some of them, they just post funny memes or funny videos. As I'm watching, I'm laughing, but I'm learning something. So that's the fun way. And then I think the last thing I want to talk about is what I call the SHS technique. The SHS. So the seeing, the hearing, and the listening. So you want to be seeing more. That's input. Everything gets to input. So you want to be seeing more whilst you are seeing more, seeing stuff, seeing signs, seeing everything in your target. Like even changing your phone language to your target.
Spanish.
Yes,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
Spanish or Chinese, you change it.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
always be seeing in that language.
Yes.
And then hearing, listening to songs, the seeing what do you call it? Movies are parts. So the seeing and the hearing movies, let's combine them for. So as you are seeing, you are also hearing. And that also helps you to learn even the culture. And then the last S is speaking. So as you've had some input, you also have to speak the language. The ultimate goal is to speak. So speak, make all the mistakes you can, and that will help you. And I think these are some techniques that will be very effective if we hold on to them. Yeah.
I wish we had more time to talk about, but
Yeah,
this is
to rush it through.
yeah, this is where this session is going to leave us. But remember that we talked about you not starting a language journey with fear. No, take
Yeah,
fear out of you and embrace the new language you're learning with so much confidence. And then unfortunately, if you live in a country where you don't have the language you're learning, try and practice with yourself,
yeah.
and also try and find a group that can help you practice. You can also look at some of our videos on this channel that can also help you to constantly remind you of the things
Mhm.
that you have learned, you have
Mhm.
read, and also join a group. Very important. Thank you so much, Hetty, for this
Thank you too
conversation
for having
on
me.
the techniques we can use to learn a new language. We're going to end this session here. Don't forget there's a part 2 of this session. So continue in the next part. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.